even in the midst of, I think, natural changes and natural anxieties that occur, God was doing something deeper in my soul that I wouldn't recognize until later on in life. And that was this. That was the first time in my life I think I can remember that God ever took away my satisfaction with the world as a whole. And how I would describe that now is, that was the first time in my life that I ever realized that this world was not enough. That all the things in the world that could be offered to me would not ultimately satisfy me. I see that now as a grown man in a way that I wouldn't have been able to see it then. But that sort of floor dropping out from under me, it never left. It never left. I have, in varying ways, felt that in my heart since I was about 14 years old, 13 years old. And it has given me a lot of time to think and to wonder how it is that we move through life in a way to kind of fix this empty floor. And for many years in my young adult life, I really wanted to fill that, but eventually came to the understanding that I was never going to be able to fill that God was never going to put that floor back under me in this life. And that is because God alone is enough. And God gives us desires and experiences in our life and walks with us in our life of faith to help us understand that He is one and there is no other, and that our hearts have this kind of deep down empty floor so that we are reminded that our hearts are ultimately not to be divided by all of the things out there that can divide us, but that the most important reality for us is this kind of empty floor, this kind of missing bottom that God alone is able to fill. And perhaps that was the lesson that Jesus then was trying to teach these Pharisees. Why are you so caught up in trying to sort of fill your righteousness in all of these little minutiae when you have forgotten your core, when you have forgotten what is deepest within you? Because what is deepest within you, even in our Jewish religion, we teach to our children from the time that they can speak. And we remind ourselves of that every time we pass in and out of our house. So it's always good to, I think, go back to that and to maybe ponder in your life, what times in your life, or what seasons in your life, or what circumstances or experiences have you been through that have reminded you of that same thing? Where you perhaps we're in a place of like, why is none of this enough? Why can't I find final satisfaction? And is there something wrong with me? And maybe there's nothing wrong with you. Maybe you've just been created by God, and that's all. And maybe all the things in this world are never going to be able to satisfy our deepest longings. And Jesus is perfectly okay asking us to sit in that deep down ache so that we can always remember what is most important.